Welcome back to the part 2 of our tile works. No, we just have some correction, by the way. For the floor tiles, we have here the rough slab, after which is the mortar layer. So for the mortar layer, ito yung solution niya. Kasi for wall tiles, ang ginagamit natin is cement paste. So it should be cement and water only. It is just made of grout. Okay, so let's just have some correction. So rough slab mortar, so let's just change the values here. Then that's when we are going to place our tiles. Okay, so we have here for wall tiles, this is the correction. For floor tiles mortar, we assume we assume the thickness to be 1 inch, and that is equivalent to 0.025 meter. So 0.025 meter times the area of the floor, which is 4.56. So 4.56, and that is 0.114 cubic meter. Using Class B for mortar, number of cement is 0.114 times 12, that is 1.368, and that is equivalent to 2 bags. And sand is 0.114 times 1 times 1.33, and that is equivalent to 0.152 cubic meter, while the volume of water is 1.368 from the number of bags times 6 gallons is equivalent to 8.208 gallons. Okay, now we proceed with wall tiles. Going back to wall tiles, we have our scratch coat surface o narebukadahang dingding, kasi kung hindi natin narebukadahan yan, hindi kakapit yung ating grout. Okay, so after that, we apply now our grout. Then that's the time we're going to place our tiles. Now for the grout, for wall tiles, nasa first page yung solution. For wall tiles, cement is equivalent to, what is the area? The area is 24.8. So we have 24.8 square meters times our factor to be 0.76 rather. So 0.076. So 24.8 times 0.076. And the unit is bags per square meter. So square meter will simply cancel out. Then cement is equivalent to 1.883. And this is equivalent to 2 bags for the cement paste. Okay? So next we have the volume of water. Volume of water. 1.883 bag of cement times 6 gallons. And that is 11.298 gallons. Okay? So I repeat, for floor tiles, it is mortar. For wall tiles, it is cement paste. Okay? Okay, so we now proceed with tile grout. Okay? So tile grout is a non-structural cement, and it is a decorative component for tile setting. It is placed in between tiles. Okay? And that is what the space between tiles is what we call tile gap. Okay? So let me show you a picture. So if these are your tiles, the space in between your tiles is what we call the tile gap. Okay? And The materials being placed in between these tiles is what we call tile grout. Please be reminded that tile grout is different from cement paste or grout. Kasi cement paste is made of cement and water, while tile grout is a different component. Okay? So, we will be using the factor of 1.5 kilogram per square meter. And ang bentahan sa market is per 2 kilogram bags. Okay? So, from our previous computation, we were able to solve, ang i-compute lang natin, by the way, na tile grout is for the wall tiles lang. Okay? So, na-solve ko na kasi siya prior. So, disclaimer, ang sinusolve lang natin this time is wall tiles. But in reality, it should be the floor tiles plus your wall tiles. Okay? For computation sake, ang na-compute ko lang is for the wall tiles, which is 24.8 square meters. So 24.8 square meters times the factor, which is 1/2 kilogram per square meters, and per one bag, there is only 2 kilograms. So square meter will cancel out, kilogram will also cancel out. Therefore, we will only be needing 7.1 bag of tile grout. So, wala namang 7.1 sa market, so we're going to buy 8 bags. Okay? Next would be the tile trim. Okay? So, tile trim are being installed sa mga edge ng tiles. What do I mean? Okay? So, kung ito na yung dulo ng mga tiles nyo and magmi-meet na yung dalawang tiles, ang gagawin natin, we're going to install tile trim. This is to prevent cuttings, no? Para sa mga mag-prevent ng sugat, yan. So, we're going to install tile trim. The commercial length of a tile trim is 8 feet, or that is equivalent to 2.4 meters. Okay. So, take note that if we are going to use the ceiling height, then there is no need to compute for a tile trim. But if we're going to use tiled height, then therefore we need to apply or use tile trim. That is to avoid cutting, no? Cutting our skin if ever na we will be having a contact with the tiles. Okay? Wall tiles. So for computation's sake, let's use our tiled height. So for the tiled height, the perimeter is 7.8 meters. Okay? So for the number of tile trim, we have 7.8 meters divided by the commercial length of 2.4. 2.4 meters. So that will simply cancel out. And that is equivalent to 3.25 pieces. Therefore, we're going to buy 4 pieces. Next is for decorative edge tiles. So for decorative edge tiles, it should be, I suggest you do it by direct count method, no? Para hindi tayo nagsasayang ng materials. We use the direct count method. Okay? Next would be the tile moldings. Okay? So the tile moldings, this we have here your cupping or your runner. We have here your internal bead, external bead, cupping, internal corner cupping bead, external corner cupping bead, elephant's foot. Imagine ito yung CR. Then on one side of the comfort room, merong column. Okay? So the internal bead is the intersection paloob, the external bead is the intersection palabas. Okay? Because we have an existing column here. Okay? So you have here your wall and you have here your floor. So column wall floor. Okay? Take note that if we are going to use tiled height, then we will be estimating for capping, for internal corner capping bead, external corner capping bead. But if we are going to use the ceiling height, then there's no need to estimate for the capping, internal corner capping bead, external corner capping bead. Okay? We start with capping. So capping, commercially available size niya is 4 inch or it is equivalent to 0.1 meter. Now, we are going to use the tiled height. So the tiled height, we have a perimeter of 7.8 meters. So for the number of capping, N is equivalent to 7.8 meters divided by the length of capping, which is 0.1 meter. And that is equivalent to 78 pieces. Next, we have the internal bead. Ganun din. Kasi, kung capping sa taas, capping sa taas, internal bead naman sa baba. So, we have the same perimeter. So, N is equivalent to 7.8 meters divided by 0.1 meter. So, meter will simply cancel out and that is equivalent to 78 pieces. Next would be the external bead. Going back to our plan, do we have an intersection going out? Or do we have an existing column inside your TNB? Wala. Compared sa ating drawing na meron tayong column, meron tayong intersection palabas. This time, for our structure, wala tayong intersection palabas. Lahat paloob. Okay? Therefore, our external bead is equivalent to 0. Next would be the internal corner bead. So, for the internal corner bead, ito yung intersection paloob. Okay? Intersection paloob. So, bibilangin natin yung ating structure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, ito yon. So, meron tayong 4. Therefore, the internal corner bead is equivalent to 4. Next, we have the internal corner capping bead. So, ito yon. Okay? So, going back to our structure, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all in all, we have N is equivalent to 4. Next, the external corner capping bead. External corner capping bead, we have ito yon. So, from our plan, do we have an external corner capping bead? Wala. So, it is equivalent to 0. Next, for the elephant's foot. Elephant's foot. Meron ba sa ating plano for the elephant's foot? Wala. Okay? Therefore, N is equivalent to 0. Okay, so we're already done with other tile works. So, tignan naman natin yung mga iba't iba pang types ng tiles, no? So, kanina ang diniscuss natin is the ceramic tiles. Now, let's try to see what is a marble, granite, or cement tiles. Okay, so for that, actually parehas lang yung procedure, no? So you have here your scratch coat, then after the scratch coat, mag-a-apply tayo ng mortar. Then after the mortar, then we are now going to apply or to place our tiles, no? For the thickness of the tiles, it would be it would be 1 inch. Then for the mortar, it is again 1 inch. Okay? Then yung sa sahig, dapat it should be a rough slab surface. Now for the estimation, same procedure. Area divided by the area of the tile, you have your pieces. Then for the volume of mortar, same procedure. Next, we have the terrazzo or granulated tiles. Okay? Okay, so yan ang itsura ng granulitic tiles. Okay? If it is a cast in place, then ganyan ang itsura. But, if it would be a prefabricated tile, ganito naman ang magiging itsura niya. So, you have your rough slab, then, for this is for monolithic or cast in place. You have your rough slab, then, we will now place our mixture. The mixture is composed of cement and marble, which has a ratio of 1:3. 1 cement, 3 marbles. The thickness would be 1/2 inch. Okay? Now, for the estimation, for the number of cement, it would be the area times 0.172 bags per square meters. So, ito yung magiging factor natin. Then, for the weight of the marble, we have the area, surface area, times 12.5 kilograms per square meters. Ito yung factor natin for the marble. Now, if it would be a precast ibig sabihin, i-order mo na siya, na ganun na siya, na tiles na siya, then, we just simply placed it on top of the mortar. So, rough slab, mortar, then the precast tile. And it has a thickness of 1 inch. Okay? Now, for vinyl tiles, ito yung tiles na 0.3 by 0.3 meters. Then, pinapatong natin siya sa smooth concrete surface. Smooth concrete surface, then we will be placing adhesive. An example of that adhesive is vinyl bond. Okay? Then after placing your adhesive, then you can now place your vinyl tiles. Okay? It should be smooth for the surface. Kasi ano lang yan, very, very, very thick na adhesive lang ang ilalagay natin. Okay? Now for the estimation, same procedure for the number of tiles, area, divided by the area of the tiles. Surface area divided by the area of the tiles. Then you will get your pieces. Now for the gallons of adhesive, you have your surface area times the factor of 0.042 gallons per square meters. Then you can now have your gallons for the adhesive. Next, we have the wood tiles or the parquet. So for the wood tiles, it should be placed on top of a smooth concrete surface or a plywood. Okay? Smooth yan kasi very thin. Very thin lang yung ating wood glue. Okay? After the wood glue, then we're now going to place our wood tile. The thickness of the wood tile is roughly 8 mm. Okay? For the estimation, same procedure. Area, surface area, divided by the area of one tile. Then you will be having your pieces of tiles. Next, for the gallons of wood glue, it is surface area times 0.165 gallons per square meters. Then you can now have your number of gallons. Next, we have the mosaic tiles. So, mosaic tiles, it is one big tile, then may mga nakapatong sa kanyang maliliit na tiles. Yan. Ganito ang itsura ng mosaic tiles. So, isa siyang malaking tile, then nakapatong yung mga maliliit na tiles. For this one, we can use the area method for estimation. Next would be the pebble washout. Now, for the pebble washout, it would be a mortar mix of 1:2 or 1:3. Okay? So, you have here your rough slab, then your mortar mix, then your mortar mix plus the pebble. Then, after 24 hours, lilinisin mo yung slab, lilinisin mo yung top surface para ma-expose yung pebble. Okay? Ganyan ang itsura ng pebble washout. For the volume of mortar, we have the surface area times the factor of, times the thickness of 1/2 inch, or it is 0.0125 meter. Then you can now solve for the volume. Okay? Now, using the Class B mix, we have the volume of the mortar times 12. You can now have the value of your bags. Then, for the volume of the pebble, you have the volume of the mortar times 1. Okay? Then next is for the water. Kanina pa natin sinasabi na after computing for the number of pieces, tapos na. No. Please be reminded na kanina, we were solving the number of tiles. Saan yun? We were solving the number of tiles and we introduced a factor of factor of allowance or allowance for breakages, which is 5%. So, if we're going back to our wall tiles, pagbabalikan natin yung ating wall tiles, we should have a multiplier of 1.05. And dito rin, we have 1.05. Okay? And sa iba pang mga computations natin, dapat meron yung 1.05. I repeat, meron yung 1.05 because it is the allowance for breakage for tiles.